Aditya Kamath. In this session, we are going to learn all about Newton's law of motion. Well, why did Newton make some specific laws for motion? It is because it holds good everywhere. It holds good if you go on the surface of the moon. It holds good if you go on the surface of the sun. It doesn't matter. Wherever you go, it will be same. It will be same in the space, like the whole universe. It will be same. Now, there are 3 laws of motion. We are going to discuss it all with some examples. The first law defines about force and inertia. The second law gives an equation to force, how force is equivalent to one object, and momentum, definition to momentum. The third law, I think you all are familiar with it because it is really popular. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That is the Newton's third law. Now let's go through them one by one. Firstly, what do you mean by force? You have experienced it since your childhood. Force is an external cause that causes a change in state of body or a change in the shape or size of the body. Well, a force is like one external person. That external person stops a body or moves it, changes its shape and size. Now let's go to inertia. Well, what does it mean? This means that when a body will be in rest, it will continuously be in rest until any force interferes. If it is in motion, it will continuously be in motion until some external force knocks into and says, you can't go, stop here. But in real life, you do not get to know. Before Galileo, all the scientists thought that rest is the natural state. When a body is moving, it will eventually come to rest because rest is its natural state. It should not move. Like in all nature, everything should be in rest. If only you apply a force, it will be in motion. If you keep on pushing an object, then it will keep on moving. Like on a bicycle, if you keep pedaling, then the cycle will keep on moving. Once you stop, then it will go for some distance and stop. Because natural state is rest. But is it true? You ask that question to yourself. Is that true? In space, will it work? Why? Why am I asking this question to you? Because Galileo thought like that. And he did all the experiment to prove it. Then he proved it that you are wrong. Rest is not the natural state. If it is in motion, it will keep on going forever and forever and forever. And if it is in rest, it will be in rest until any force interferes. How could he say that? When you roll a ball, it will go for some distance and stop. But think for a while. The same ball, if you roll it in space, where there is no friction, what can happen? The ball will keep on going forever. That is inertia. If a body is in rest, it will tend to be in rest. And if it is in motion, it will tend to be in motion. Greater the mass, greater the inertia of the body. Like it will be very difficult for you to push a cricket ball than a tennis ball. A tennis ball is very light, right? If it will go more distance, if you apply same force to the tennis ball than the cricket ball, which will move less distance because of larger inertia or larger mass. This is Newton's first law of motion. Till now what I have explained. I hope you understood it. Now let's move on to the second one. Now we are going to define momentum. Before going through momentum, think for a while that two bodies coming at the same speed. One is a mosquito, very small, and one is a truck. Both are coming at 50 kilometers per hour. Which will hurt more? Will it be the mosquito if it hits you, or will it be the truck if it hits you? The truck, because it has more mass, right? The same, it defines momentum. In momentum, it is how much a force is applied, like mass into velocity. From momentum only you get to know whether it is harmful to you or not. Like in this case, a truck and a mosquito, both are in the same velocity, 50 km per hour. But which will hurt more? You know the answer. It is because of mass. Momentum depends on the velocity and the mass. P, momentum is P, represented by P. P is equal to mv. Well, now let's discuss about rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum here means how it changes its rate. mv minus mu. U is initial velocity, v is final velocity. mv minus mu by t is rate of change of momentum. You can see here, right up. Well, what will it be? It will be m into v minus u by t. V minus u by t is a. I had discussed this in previous video. Acceleration is v minus u by t. So you represent v minus u by t as a. Substitute there. M into a is equal to the rate of change of momentum, which is force. F is equal to ma. Force is equal to ma. This is the second law of motion. Force is equal to mass into acceleration of the body. I hope you understood this. Before going to the famous law of motion, which is Newton's third law, let's give some examples for the second law. Well, I had given you some examples, some more. A 10 kg block with 10 km per hour and the another 10 kg block with 20 km per hour. Which has the highest momentum? Come on, quick! 2 seconds to answer. 1, 2, done. I think you have guessed it. It is 10 kg mass, but velocity is 20 km per hour. Because greater the velocity, greater the momentum. Greater the mass, greater the momentum. This is Newton's second law. Now moving on to the most popular law, which is every action has an equal and opposite reaction. For example, you take 2 spring balance and connect it and hook one to the wall, other side you pull it, like in this diagram above. From another side, when you pull it, the reading is some other force, but the force are same in both the spring balance. Why is that so? Because wall is applying force to you. How? See, you are applying force to wall. That's why wall is opposing it and giving an equal reaction. See, this is you. You are pulling it very hard. That's why wall is also pulling it very hard. How much force you apply, the wall applies the same and balances it. This is the Newton's third law. It is very useful. So, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. While walking also, when you keep your leg on the floor, when you are exerting one force to the ground is exerting back that force. Like you are applying like this. If it were not for ground, you would fall like this, right? Because of gravity. But here is the ground. That's why equal and opposite force. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel if you want more content like this. Very interesting, and these content are in mathematics and science. It will be a very interesting journey. Share this video to your friends so that they can know about this, about Newton's laws of motion. Well, it's time up. Bye for now. See you later in my next video.